I've watched him die inside 1,000 times and still breathe. Most humans break. He just bends, reshapes, and comes back sharper. I've never seen this strange phenomenon in another human being.
You ever look in the mirror and ask yourself, why? Why the hell am I still here, still breathing, still fighting, still dragging your heavy body through this messed up world like gravity has a personal grudge against you? Yeah, me too. Every damn day, they look at you and think they know you. They don't. They don't know a thing. They don't know your hell. They don't know your scars. They don't know your nightmares. They see the outside, a warrior standing tall. Inside is where the demons tear you apart limb from limb. Inside is where every second you stay alive feels like a war you never signed up for. And for what? For them, for their fake smiles and hollow praise. No, you don't do it for them. You do it for you. For the broken, shattered pieces of yourself they will never understand. You ever feel like you're carrying the weight of the whole damn world on your back? Like your chest is caving in, like there's not enough air, not enough light, not enough anything to make it feel better. You scream into the darkness, and nothing answers back. Not because you're weak, not because you're dramatic, but because life is a battlefield, and sometimes you're the one bleeding out on the ground, gasping for anything, any reason to keep going. And guess what? No one's coming to save you. No one's going to drag you out of the mud. It's all on you. They say, keep fighting. You think you don't know that already? You wake up every damn day already in the ring. Life swings at you hard and dirty. It doesn't care if you're on your last breath. It doesn't care if you're already exhausted. It will beat you down over and over until you forget why you even started. But you know what? You don't stop. You don't quit. Even when your knees hit the ground, even when blood drips down your face, you rise. Not because you feel like it, not because it's noble, but because you have to. Because in a world full of lies, that fight inside you is the only thing that still feels real. Pain is all I know, and maybe it's all you know too. You're standing there with your fists clenched, your jaw tight, your teeth grinding. Inside you're screaming, inside you're breaking. But you don't let them see that, do you? Hell no, you wear that pain like armor. Every cut, every bruise, every tear you shed alone in the dark, it becomes part of you. You take that hurt, that anger, that raw, bitter agony, and you forge it into something stronger. You turn it into power. Because that's what warriors do. That's what survivors do. And when they look at you, they'll never see the nights you spent drowning in your own sorrow. They'll never see the battles you fought when nobody was watching, when nobody gave a damn. They'll see a strong person, a fighter, maybe even call you inspirational. But they will never see the cracks in your soul. They will never feel the broken pieces you've been holding together with nothing but stubborn willpower, and that's fine. That's the way it has to be, because this world doesn't care about your pain. It only cares if you can stand back up after every hit. But listen, it's not always about glory. Sometimes it's just about survival. It's about dragging yourself through the mud, the blood, and the tears, even when your body is screaming at you to quit. It's about knowing tomorrow is going to hurt too, and still getting up anyway. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you dangerous. You've been through hell, and you're still here, still breathing, still standing. They don't know your hell. They never will, but they will feel your presence. They'll see the fire in your eyes and know, consciously or not, that you've seen the darkness up close and walked out the other side. They don't see the tears you cry when no one's watching. They don't hear the screams trapped inside your chest. They don't feel the way your heart aches with every beat. And that's okay, because you're not crying for them. You're crying for every part of you that still refuses to die. You're crying for the version of you that still believes somewhere deep down that there's a way out of this mess. You cry for the kid inside you who didn't deserve any of this. For the warrior who wasn't supposed to bleed this much. But you keep moving. You keep fighting. Because that's all you know. You ever wonder why it's always you? Why it always feels like the weight of the world falls on your shoulders? Why life seems to pick you like a target out of a crowd, no matter how strong you get, no matter how fast you run? Yeah, I wonder that too. Maybe it's because we're different. Maybe it's because we can take it. Even when it feels like we're breaking, something in us refuses to snap. It gets heavy. So heavy you feel like you're drowning. You keep pushing, you keep grinding, and still it feels like you're suffocating. But here's the truth. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's reaching out a hand. And that's exactly what makes you dangerous. Because you've learned to save yourself. You've learned to crawl out of your own hell, even when the flames are licking at your heels. They don't get it. They think the strongest ones are the ones who never fall. The ones who never crack, never cry, never break. They're wrong. The strongest ones are the ones who have been shattered 1,000 times and still get up. The ones who have seen the worst of life and are still here, still breathing, still swinging. It's easy to look strong when you've never been tested. Real strength is when you're on your knees with blood in your mouth and you still refuse to give up. You spit the blood out. You wipe away the tears. You get back in the fight, not because you're full of energy, but because fighting is the only thing you know how to do. You fight even when it feels like there's nothing left inside you. You fight on empty. You fight on fumes. And yeah, sometimes you wonder if it's worth it. If the pain, the struggle, the endless battles, if any of it is ever going to mean something. But you don't have a choice, do you? You didn't ask for this life. You didn't ask for this weight. You didn't ask for this war. But here you are, in the middle of it, and there's only one direction left: forward. That's what they don't understand. They think strength is a personality trait. For people like us, strength is survival. It's the only way we know how to live, to fight through the pain, to keep moving when every part of you is screaming to stop, to keep breathing when all you want to do is sink into the dark and stay there. And the darkness, it's always there, isn't it? Waiting for you, calling your name. You feel it lurking in the corners of your mind, whispering in your ear, telling you to let go, to give in, to quit. But you don't. Not because you're not tempted, but because you know that once you let it in, it never leaves. So you fight it every day, every night. You fight the darkness. You fight the thoughts. You fight yourself. And maybe that's the hardest battle of all. Fighting the part of you that's tired, the part that's broken, the part that wants to stop. But you don't. You can't. You've come too far. You've survived too much to let it end here. It's a kind of pain you can't fully explain. The kind that eats you alive from the inside out. The kind that makes you feel like you're walking through life with an open wound that never closes. No one sees it. No one knows. You smile. You laugh. You act like everything is fine. Inside, you're screaming. It's not that you don't want help. It's that you know no one can truly give it. No one can reach in and pull that pain out of you. No one can fix what's broken inside. So you live with it. You carry it. You wake up with it. You go to sleep with it. And you fight, not because you want to, but because you have to. Because it's the only way you know to stay alive. The hardest part isn't the pain, it's not the loneliness, it's not the endless fight. The hardest part is having no one to truly share it with. No one who really understands. You look around and everyone else looks fine. Like they live in a world you don't have access to. And maybe that's true. Maybe we are cut from a different cloth. Maybe we were built to carry weight so others don't have to. But damn, it gets lonely. You want to reach out. You want to let someone in. But how do you explain a darkness you're scared of yourself? How do you take someone into a room in your soul that you haven't turned the lights on in for years? So you don't. You keep it locked up. You keep fighting alone. They look at you and they see strength. They see someone solid, someone unbreakable. They don't see the nights you spent on your knees begging for the pain to stop. They don't see the moments when you stood on the edge, wondering if anything was worth it anymore. And maybe that's a good thing. Because what would they do with that truth? Nothing. This is your fight. Your burden, your hell, and that's what makes you stronger than them. Because you carry it, you survive it, you live through it, even when it feels like it's killing you. They will never understand the kind of strength it takes just to get out of bed in the morning. The kind of courage it takes to face another day knowing it's going to be more of the same, more pain, more struggle, more darkness. But you do it anyway, because that's what warriors do. They fight, they endure, they survive, even when it feels like the world is against them, even when it feels like there's nothing left to fight for. They keep going, because giving up is not an option, not for people like you, not for people like me. We don't quit, we don't break. We keep going even when there's nothing left inside us but the thin, stubborn will to survive. One day they'll look at you and wonder how you did it, how you survived what would have broken them. They will never understand, and that's fine, because you didn't survive for them. You survived for you, for that small piece of you that refuses to die, refuses to give up, refuses to let the darkness win. And that is enough. You are enough. No matter how much it hurts, no matter how heavy it gets, you keep going, because that's what warriors do. So what now? What's next? Next is whatever the hell you decide it is. Next is pushing through when the world is telling you to sit down. Next is standing up when every muscle in your body is begging you to stop. Next is telling that pain inside to shut up. because you've got work to do. It's taking all that hurt, all that anger, all that fire burning inside you and turning it into fuel. The world isn't going to give you mercy. It's not going to stop hitting just because you're tired. It will keep testing you, so you keep rising. You're not just a warrior, you're a survivor. You're the one who stands tall even when your heart is shattered. You're the one who fights even when the fight looks already lost. You don't do it for them. You don't do it for applause. You do it because somewhere deep inside you know there is more to this life than just pain. Maybe it's hope. Maybe it's redemption. Maybe it's just survival. Whatever it is, you keep going, you keep fighting, and one day they won't just see a warrior. When they look at you, they'll see a damn legend.